How many of you go to a restaurant and order some type of meat? Have it be a hamburger or steak? Well, you should switch over to something more plant-based, like a salad. According to Kathy Fretson, a health and wellness activist, you live an average of 8 to 10 years longer than people who consume meat on a daily basis. Thus, trying to switch out that hamburger with a salad every once in a while, because that's another 8 to 10 years of your life you could be spending with your friends and family. Interesting enough, I myself have eaten both processed foods and meats and have had a plant-based diet as well. I once went 100 days vegetarian and I was in the best shape of my life, but also always felt fatigued. Now I currently limit my meat intake and no longer feel fatigued, and I still feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Which, based off of this research and my personal experience, a plant-based diet is a healthier choice. Plant-based diets allow you to live longer, improve your mental health, and allow you to perform better in athletics while being healthier to the environment as well. Now, I'm not trying to get you to stop eating meat, I'm just trying to get you to lower your intake. Therefore, after my speech, I hope to persuade you in eating less meat but more plant-based foods. Although meat is high in protein, most meat is also high in cholesterol and saturated fats. Saturated fats raises your cholesterol, and if you don't know what cholesterol is, it's a waxy fat-like substance in your blood after you consume meat, and too much of it will begin to block your blood flow, making things like obesity, heart disease, and having high blood pressure or high cholesterol all possible. Harvard Health states that you should only eat meat every few days, and if you do eat meat, to make sure it's not red meat. Although there are benefits in your protein and your iron intake, there are beans and legumes that provide similar benefits that can do the exact same thing, allowing yourself to not have a chance of getting treated for something you shouldn't have to, like obesity, heart disease, and high blood pressure or high cholesterol. You wouldn't think that having a plant-based diet improves your mental health, but it does. As you eat more plant-based and less meat, your cognitive impairment and reduction gets reduced by 13%, giving yourself a chance to remember memories. A study from Everyday Health shows that eating an extra 50 to 100 grams of vegetables or fruits decreases the chance of you getting Alzheimer's and improving your cognitive memories, correlating with what Harvard said. Finally, a more plant-based diet has athletic performance advantages. Many athletes are now on plant-based diets, but here are some people you may know on it. Chris Paul, an NBA superstar, Arnold Schwarzenegger, a former bodybuilder champion, and Cam Newton, an NFL superstar, are all on plant-based diets while being some of the most successful athletes out there, along with other athletes. The reason athletes have switched over to more plant-based diets is because of the increase of blood flow and muscle efficiency and recovery time. When you eat less meat, it helps clear the flow of blood because there's not as much cholesterol to block it. According to the Game Changers, it helps the blood statistics that then helps the oxygen reach to the muscles quicker and more efficiently, allowing you to perform better and allowing your muscles to recover more efficiently and quicker while eating from your protein source. According to the Game Changers, you should not eat meat 24 hours before an athletic event because of your blood getting clotted by the cholesterol, which, as I previously stated, doesn't allow you to get that maximum amount of oxygen to your muscles. Eating less meat can also be good for the environment. Raising livestock generates many greenhouse gases because farmers need to clear land to raise their livestock, while using various amounts of machines, releasing more carbon into the air, creating carbon sinks, which carbon sinks are a reservoir of CO2 that affects the atmosphere and the greenhouse gases. Then, according to Nutritiously, around 70% of the grain grown in the U.S. alone is fed to livestock, and that is enough to feed up to 800 million people. While at the same time, animal products use a lot of water to be produced. Lowering your meat intake could save up to 724,925 gallons of water, allowing us not only to give ourselves more water and food, but other countries like Africa who don't have that much water. Therefore, the next time you go to dinner, maybe order that salad over a steak or hamburger. You'll not only be doing yourself a favor, but the environment a favor as well.